Hi, my name is Four, and welcome to the Love in Focus, the podcast for moms where we explore, discover, build community with our only child. Let's get going. Okay, you know what I mean. Let's start with the program. Oh my goodness. Good things take time. Now, because I'm a foodie, I'm going to give you three different scenarios. When I mean good things take time, I'll take a simple example, like a cake. Now, you can make a little cupcake. You can take a mixture of a cupcake and you can put it in a cup, put it in a microwave. And depending on how long you put it in the microwave for, I think I saw one for maybe like a minute or maybe 2 minutes, and you have a cupcake in a cup. Or if you make cupcakes, like you get a box uh, that's already, what is it called again? You buy a cupcake from a box and you make it from a box and, you know, put it in a cupcake pan, put it in the oven, voila. Now, if you're making it from scratch, get all the ingredients, eggs, butter, whatever ingredients, what kind of cupcake you're having, and then you put it in the oven. Or there's actually a fourth scenario. You go to the shop, and so it's already baked for you. And then now that I'm saying that, the next one, or someone just gives you a cupcake. So you're thinking, what's this got to do with good things take time? Well, when you are building your connections, you're making new friends, it's going to take time. Some, just like you get it that's already been made and someone gives it to you, meaning that someone has already introduced you to someone else. They were the connector. And that happens like when I go to some events, like, oh, have you met so and so that in this parent here, um, they go to the same, like, I don't know, art class as my daughter. And that's how I know this person. So they would introduce you to that person. And sometimes, mum, it's going to be you starting from scratch, meaning you are going to be the one that's saying, once again, hello, smile, you're smiling, and you're just asking small questions. Remember what we talked about, our form topics: family, occupation, recreation, motivational message, or money, anything that's for you. And the reason why I say it takes time is because with our schedule, and I mean our, when I talk to other moms with an only child, we are, we're busy too. And we are with our child. And then depending if you're working full time or you're working part time, or if you're starting a podcast like myself and you have other commitments, we have a full on schedule. And then when with our only child, we want to be present and we want to be there with them, we're entertaining them, we're playing with them. I mean, it is a lot. And sometimes when you go to like event or you go out on an outing activity, depending on where you're at, you might have 15 minutes just to unwind by yourself while your child is playing. And so you might like, oh, I really don't want to, I'm not sure. I don't know if I can make a meaningful connection. That's okay. As long as you can step out of your comfort zone because you are wanting friends. Just say, hi, how you doing? And just introducing yourself. And I say that because I've had conversations with other mums with an only child and mums with multiple children. And depending where they're at, it can take a long time because you're going to that same event and you might meet that mom like, hi, my name's Four, or sometimes, hi, how are you doing? And it might take 3 months. It might take a little bit longer. Or, and because depending when you go to that activity, you might be checking your emails, you're on your phone, you're multitasking. You might not have enough time to engage with the other person. And I'm saying that because the other mom that you're talking to, she might have allocated that time to do other things while her child is busy doing the activity. So she, you got to look at it from her perspective as well, the person you're talking to. You'll get that feel if she is like, okay, I'm talking, but I really, I'm not engaging that much because I have other things to do. And look, if you have missed that cue, like that body language, it's okay because I've been there. I have, like I said, I've asked another mom and I'm talking to her, and then she's like, but she's looking down at her phone. She's not engaging. She's pretty much lost eye contact. She's not even responding. And then she's slowly, her body language, I can tell she's moving away, and which is saying, I just need to take care of what I need to do. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. So that's okay. If you misread it, that's all right. Don't be hard on yourself. Just just learn from that, and the next time you see her, just slow down a bit. Just get a read. Does she want to? Is she engaging, or is she doing something else? Because sometimes, it just goes over your head sometimes. So don't be hard on yourself. And the reason why I say that, or you yourself, you might want to. You haven't had time, like I said, to really take the time to have some quiet time or get things done. But if you are like if you're in a place like, hey, I can talk to someone, I have maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. I'm here watching my child do this activity, and look around and just honestly look around, and just when you see another mom, just say hi. And if they say hi back, you know, that's okay. That's a good step, remember. And the reason why I say it takes time, things take time, because of the other person's schedule too. Because everyone is living their life, they're taking care of their kids, and they're doing the best they can with the time that's given. And then eventually, after a lot of highs, how are you? And you're asking short questions, and there's an interaction with the other person you're engaging with over time, you're going to notice that they're going to be asking you questions first. It's not always you're the one engaging. And that's the wonderful thing about when you're making new connections and meeting new people. When they say hi to you first, and they're like, how are you doing? Or, I haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? Or, it is so good. And then they might remember like a little conversation that you had last month, or, a few weeks ago. Hey, I remember you said that you enjoyed this book. How's that book going? Or, oh, I remember you went on vacation. Did you have a good time? That is so awesome, because one, they remembered you. Two, they remembered that conversation. And B, they thought of you. And then they said, hey, I missed you. Where have you been? And they noticed you weren't there. So isn't that wonderful? But it does take time. Now, and I say that to constantly remind mums who are wanting to build connection. I know, because everyone, you're longing for that. I just want to have a best buddy, or just a few friends to have, just to have a laugh with. And sometimes it can be lonely. Like when I went to, one time went to the park, one of our local parks, and there was two ladies, and you can tell that they were really good friends just by the body language. Now you're like, what kind of body language? I don't know. Just imagine you're bestie talking and you're laughing. Okay. And their friend and their children were playing together. And so Olivia, it was the two families there, and Olivia and myself. And so Olivia, their children end up playing with Olivia. And I was like, oh no, man, I really want to talk to someone. I want to talk to an adult, some people today. And so as Olivia's playing with their children, I'm always going to follow Olivia, close by, so I can see where she goes in the playground. So I go out to the mums and say, hi, my name's Four, and this is my daughter. And then I ask them, oh, what is your names? But only because I feel comfortable. Now, you don't have to say what are your names, because sometimes some parents don't even say their names, and that's okay. But remember, that's my personality and that works for me. So do what works for you, but at least you say hello. So you don't have to say your name, but if you can say hello, that's a great start. So that's a good action. When you meet someone and you want to build a connection or leave out, just say hi and say your name. Or wait a minute, let's back up. Just say hello. Because some people are like, I don't want to say my name. Good first action for you, remember, is say hello. Okay, so getting back to the story with these two mums, I said my name, hello, and I said, introduced her to Olivia. And then I told them, I don't know anyone here. Will I be able to? And this is where I came out, came out as in, oh my goodness, I need a friend to be a friend. I said, will I be able to just talk to you two while my daughter is playing? Now, that is a first. I don't think I've ever done that before, where I said, can I just hang out with you two, a group of moms? Like, that is random. I mean, it worked. And if it hadn't, I probably would have been telling you guys now, because that would be a funny story. But it did. These two moms were so kind. And the point is, you never know. You never know what the other moms are going to say, or the other mom. So remember, you can be adventurous. So when I asked these two moms, do you mind if I just stay here and talk to you two while my child is playing with your children? And they said yes. And I got to know these two ladies, and it was wonderful, because they had their own businesses. They lived in my local community, and they were really, really good friends with each other. They've known each other for more than maybe 7 or 10 years. And so I spent about 40 minutes, I think, just listening to them and talking, engaging with them. And here's what I learned. Now, I think I've seen them at the park the other times, when we just say hello in other events. And even though I didn't end up being best buddies with them, and they never invited me to go anywhere, like another play date, or me saying, hey, can you come in? I invited them. I didn't do that. But when I see them around the town, I was like, hi, I always remember their kindness, which always encouraged me. Like, if a mum came to me with my group of friends, and she said, do you mind, my child is playing with your child, will it be okay if I just talk to you all? And I remember the two ladies who said yes to me, which I want to remind you, mum, when you start having your friend or two friends or three friends, whatever group of friends, just remember how lonely or awkward it can be when you're by yourself, and when you're stepping in that, and you were that person trying to connect with someone. So I wanted to encourage you that, as my friend said, what's the action? Is for you to be the connector for another mum to come in. Now, I know I kind of felt that the other two mums, it was their time to catch up, but because they were so kind and gracious, because they could have said, yeah, you can come talk, but we really just want to catch up by ourselves. They didn't say that. they said, yeah, come and talk to us. We would love to have you come and just chill out with us and hang out and have fun. That was just an eye opening. And I was like, thank you. And I thanked them afterwards. I said, thank you for allowing me to come in during your time and just including me in. And it was so awesome having your children play with my daughter. And so when I look at other mums and I'm at the playground and I'm with my friends, I always think of that mom who's sitting by herself, but she's not too close to us. But I had my group, and my group of friends were talking. I was like, hey, come and talk to us. And she, 10 times out of 10, seriously, that mom is always going to join in our group. We want to, because I remember what that feels like. So, mom, be the connector when you start having your group, or that one other friend and another mom. If she asks you, like me, can I come and join your group to talk? Or if she's beside you, my action, is it action? I don't know. But my call to action for you is to be that connector and allow her just to have that time so she can be a connector to someone else. And as she's building friendships, she's like, yeah, I remember that mom is so nice to me. She's kind. She allowed me just to talk with her and her friends, and they just welcome me in. Okay, that's it. God bless, and I'll see you next time.